how we make them, how we wear them, why we wear them, of course. Now you can experience walking on wooden shoes, of course. As you can see here, in the first machine that we're going to use, I placed a piece of wood. It is a piece of poplar wood, and we use that type of wood because of 3 different reasons. It is soft, so that it's easier to cut. It is light, although there's a lot of water inside now. And it absorbs a lot of water, and we need that wet piece of wood for our machines. If you use a dry piece of wood, it's going to crack in this machine, and it's going to burn in the second machine. We don't want that to happen, of course. Using this machine is actually the same kind of principle as making a duplicate of a key. It's very easy and very simple. What this machine will do is that this wheel up here will follow this example, this model, and the knives underneath here will cut out an exact copy. It goes very quickly. So are you ready to start the engines? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, there we go. There still needs to be a lot done actually to the shoe. In Holland we call our wooden shoes klompen, and I was wondering if you can pronounce the word klompen.
Klompen.
Is that easy enough for you? Because if I teach you 88 prachtige grachten, you'll be sitting here for quite a long time. We started wearing the klompen in the 15th century, mostly because of practical reasons. The shoes were a low-cost product, everybody could walk on them. They were very strong and very comfortable, and also water-resistant, which was very handy in this area of Holland, of course. There are a lot of different types of shoes made for different types of jobs, different types of people. If you were a farmer, you needed a shoe that was strong enough to protect you against big heavyweight things or big heavyweight animals like horses and cows. The Dutch made a round nose into this shoe to protect the farmer against the hooves of these animals, which was very handy. You can imagine when it stamps on your toes, your shoe needs to be strong, and you can hear it and see it. Ooh. My shoe is not going to break, never again. If you were a fisherman, it was slightly different. You were not working with big animals like horses and cows, just with some fish and heavy men maybe on board of the ship. So what you needed was a pointed nose. When it was windy on their boat, you could easily hook your nose onto the nets and put them down if you were trying to repair the nets or take the fish out. So something slightly different. If you were a smuggler in Holland, and there were a lot of smugglers in Holland in some period of time, you need a shoe like this. It looks a bit like a normal wooden shoe, but as soon as I turn it upside down, you will probably see why this is called a smuggler's shoe. Can anybody see it? It is reversed, yes. Smuggler was walking into this direction, but the police and the customs were looking for you in the opposite direction. It's mirrored. And these shoes are still worn by husbands who aren't allowed to go to the pub without them. She can't track you down by your footprint, but she will probably hear you walking on the streets with these shoes, because they do make a lot of noise. We're going to make a little bit more noise with our second machine, we're just going to make the inside form of a clog. And instead of knives, it uses spoons to carve out the inside, of course. There's a number 14 written on the example, and it simply stands for 14 centimeters. It's a small children's size, and we don't use European sizes, UK sizes, just simple centimeters. And, I'm going to start it again. Please enjoy. It takes a little bit longer than the first machine, but it's worth waiting for. So there we go. Ta-da! The inside of our wooden shoe is done, and we're moving on to to another part, which is a part that needs to be done by hand. I'm going to cut off the front and the back using a big line. Although we're mostly men who became a wooden shoemaker in Holland, because it went from father to his son. Nowadays the ladies can do it too. It's a sad story though, because in the 19th century there were about 1,230 wooden shoemakers in Holland who made wooden shoes entirely by hand. Nowadays there are about 20 people left. So if there's a lady or a guy who wants to become a wooden shoemaker, you want to pay a little bit of attention, because in the next following years there will probably be no person left who still does it. There we go. It's very easy, very simple. It goes a bit like this. And then you cut off the back as well. You smoothen up the upper part. And then you have something that looks like a wooden shoe, a normal wooden shoe. We let it dry for 2 weeks to let it dry entirely, actually. Then we smoothen it up, we give it a varnish layer or some decoration like the ones you see hanging there on the wall. Then they're ready to wear. If you would like to try a pair of wooden shoes, that's fine with me. You need to keep in mind then that you take it one size bigger than your normal shoe size. It actually means that you have 2 fingers space between your heel and the back end of the wooden shoe. I would like to invite you to experience our wooden shoes, to try them on. I place some samples there on the floor which you can try. Please don't run on them. It's slippery, we don't want accidents to happen, of course. And I would like to thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of your night. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.